So let's consider the case of loading a trailer. So you've got, let's say, a box trailer here. Okay, you got the wheels back here somewhere, and you got the arm here, and it sits on a trailer hitch. Okay, and so the center of mass is going to be right here somewhere. It's going to be some distance h above the axle and some distance d in front of the axle. The distance between the axle and the trailer hitch we'll call L. And so as you're loading the trailer, then it sits on the trailer tongue, which is connected to your vehicle right here. And so there's an upward force right here and an upward force right here. So we have the force due to the axle and the force due to the trailer hitch. Okay. And so when you're loading the trailer, or you put the trailer hitch on your vehicle, it's actually got a tongue weight. You cannot put all the mass of your trailer onto the trailer hitch. And so the question is, what's that tongue weight right there? And so as you look at this, you say, well, okay, so we know that FA plus FT equals mg. Okay, so you know that the weight of the trailer and its load is distributed among both the axle and the trailer hitch. Okay, so you look at this and you say, well, this is kind of like a lever sort of thing. You know, if you put the axis of rotation right on the axle of the vehicle, then you know that mgd, so that's going to be the clockwise torque, has to equal the counterclockwise torque, and that's going to be Ft times L. Okay, and so the force on the trailer hitch is mgd over L. So in other words, the d over L factor right here. So if this distance, if L is going to be let's say the L is going to be 4 times longer than D. In other words, then that means that you get 1/4 of the force in the trailer hitch is 1/4 of the weight. If it's midway between, then that means that the trailer hitch and the axle both carry the same amount. Okay, so there you have the idea. And again, this relates to the idea of a lever. So some light trailers that are designed to go on cars will have a very long tongue on the trailer, and the purpose of that is to lessen the load on the trailer hitch. And of course, you know that you can purchase these extra storage boxes that go on the front of the trailer that sit on the tongue. But of course, what that does is it moves the center of mass slightly forward even, and so that puts an extra load onto the trailer tongue. Well, this is for a trailer just sitting. What if your trailer's moving? Now let's think about it. So if you're accelerating, if you imagine that you had an object that was just hanging in the trailer, if you're accelerating, it's going to be at an angle here, theta. Now, why is that the case? Well, because free body diagram, we got the tension pulling like that, and so this is some theta. So T cosine theta is going to balance mg, but T sine theta is going to be the ma. Now, you look at it, and if you are inside the trailer, it looks almost as if there's a force, ma, pulling backwards on the object. Now, that's not really pulling backwards on it. This is kind of like the centrifugal force. This is a pseudo force right here. But it looks and acts like a force if you're inside the trailer. For the example here of a loaded box trailer right here. Okay, so you got the box trailer, you got the trailer hitch right here. This is some L. We got D and h. So d is the distance, forward of the axle. H is the height. And so now I want to know if it's accelerating, then what is going to be the force here from the trailer hitch. Okay, well, free body diagram. Okay. You've got this force right here. Okay, at the center of mass, you've got mg down. You got the force of the axle, but we have this what looks like a force ma right there. Okay, now again, this height here is h. That distance right there is d, and this full distance right here is l. So we look at that and we say, okay, so same thing, clockwise torque equals counterclockwise torque. So what's going on here? Clockwise, that's going to be mg times d. What about counterclockwise? Well, like before, that's going to be f of the trailer hitch, okay, times L, but it's also going to be MA times H. So we look at that, we say, okay, FT is now going to be M GD minus AH over L. Now, this is an interesting sort of thing, because now in the numerator, we have a subtraction. So what that means is that if AH is bigger than GD, the force becomes negative. Okay, so if D is too small, in other words, if D is too, in other words, if the center of mass is too close to the axle, or if it's too high, if A is too big, then either way, that becomes negative. What does negative mean? Negative means that the trailer hitch has to pull down. Okay, and so that means if you don't have the trailer hitch properly engaged, and again, it's kind of a ball, and so it clamps around the ball. If you don't have it clamped properly, then what happens is when you start accelerating, it will lift off your trailer hitch, and you'll lose your trailer. And I actually saw this happen once. Somebody had loaded a U-Haul trailer, and if you actually look at it, it has directions. It says put the center of mass forward and low, and the person obviously had not done that because center of mass was obviously too far to the rear and too high. And so the person was doing okay as they're just driving around, and then they got pulled onto a freeway entrance ramp, and they started accelerating very heavily down the freeway entrance ramp, and the trailer lifted off the trailer hitch because they obviously had not actually properly engaged it, or else they had the wrong size trailer ball. And this person actually was particularly bad because they had also not engaged the safety chains. And so they lost the entire trailer, which then came off, and then the tongue hit the ground, the trailer flipped and burst open all over, and then their goods went splattering everywhere. And then they probably didn't get their deposit back from U-Haul. But this is one of the factors involved with trailers. Again, it gets down to this idea of equilibrium.